Hi, my name is Brooke Lippman, and this is Wine Together, a podcast where we drink some wine and have a chat. Unfortunately today, Dr. Deb is unavailable to be here, so I have my dad, Deb's husband, Todd.
Ching ching.
Last time we had a chat about celebrities. This time we're going to talk about sports.
Yeah, let's talk about sports. Maybe football in particular?
Football? Yeah. What's your favorite sport, though?
For playing, I guess I like to play tennis.
Yeah.
Better than, but I like playing all sorts of sports. Football. I like to cycle.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching cycling. I enjoy watching hockey.
Yeah.
I'm not so good a hockey player, but
Yeah, that's okay. I mean...
How about you? What's your favorite?
Well, recently I've been really enjoying watching football. But I do really love baseball.
Oh, yeah.
So that one's really fun, especially to play. I love playing baseball.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing baseball. So I played for several years as a kid, so and played softball for a long time. So
yeah.
Good. So, how about dance? Of course. Is
of course. I love dancing.
Good.
Yeah.
So what are you excited about football right now?
Right now, I'm really excited to see all the teams play for their club season.
Yeah.
Because right now that's the focus, but I'm also really excited. Next year is the Women's Euros.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for that to come up as well. England won last time for the Women's Euros.
Oh, good.
So that'll be really interesting.
Yeah, and who's the favorites for this one coming up?
Right now, I think for La Liga, it was originally Madrid, but I think right now it might be Barcelona.
Oh, okay. And for La Liga
that's Spain.
For men's.
For men's, yeah.
Men's football or soccer as us Americans.
In America, yeah.
So we watched the last night. Was it last night? No, the night before last night.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday night we watched the Real Madrid game, right?
Yes, we did.
Against Las Palmas.
Yes, and they tied.
Yeah, it was a tie. Honestly, I thought overall Las Palmas played better.
I think they did. Yeah, they did because it shouldn't have. If you go by because UEFA changed the rules for handball, that probably shouldn't have counted as a handball, and it wouldn't have been a penalty.
Yeah.
And therefore, Las Palmas should have won.
I think so. They definitely were the more aggressive team, and I think they played it better as a team. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Especially for coming down lower in the table.
Yeah.
Because Madrid was originally, I think, at the beginning of the season, they were number 4 on the table. Mm-hmm. And I think Atletico Madrid was number 1, and then it was Barcelona, and I don't remember who was 3.
Yeah. And Madrid has the star power too, right?
Yeah.
So they have some of the best players from the UEFA Euro Cup. Right?
Yeah.
I guess Bellingham plays for Real Madrid.
He does, but he's injured right now.
Yeah, so we didn't get to see him play, sadly.
No.
I think he knew we were going to watch, and he sat out on purpose.
Oh, God, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
He's missed, I think right now he's missed 2 games, yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully he gets back soon, because he was pretty entertaining to watch in the Euro Cup.
Oh, he's a really fun player to watch. Especially he's very athletic. He's running the entire pitch the whole time practically. Yeah. That's why he hurt his foot. Because he's always running down the pitch. Do
you think he should have had better inserts in his shoes?
Maybe that's what he needs. Yeah.
Us doctors know.
Clearly, yeah. Our
professional medical opinion. But we did get to see Mbappe play.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Mbappe is a fantastic player. Also, his brother is also a footballer.
Oh.
So his brother plays in Paris. I think he plays for Lille, which I don't... Or not in Paris. That's not in Paris, sorry. In France. Mm-hmm. But I don't actually know where in France that is. But they have to play against each other for the Champions League.
Oh, okay.
Which is going to be interesting.
Yeah, that should be fun. Oh, yeah, we did a little bit of research into the Champions League and found out that there's one team from Switzerland in the Champions.
Only
one from Switzerland.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But it's the young boys from Bern.
The young boys, that's... I mean, that should pretty much be our team. It's like it's not super far away.
It's like 35, 40 kilometers from here. So yeah, it's not too bad. Everybody's a Young Boys fan, I think, here. So
in this area at least. Everyone else is FC Basel fan.
Well, there's some St. Gallen fans and some Winterthur fans.
I'm sure there's Zurich. At least one Zurich fan.
Yeah, one or two. Yeah. Oh, one time actually, one of the funniest things that we saw, your mother and I were coming back from somewhere into the Solothurn train station, and we saw a whole bunch of Zurich fans getting off the train to go play against Solothurn. They marched from the train station carrying flags and banners and chanting from the train station to the football field. Fußballspielplatz. So it was we at first we were wondering what was going on because there was a lot of police presence kind of making sure that they didn't go out and do anything crazy, but then we looked it up and found out that it was that it was for the football match. Yeah. So people here and even in Switzerland love their football.
I think it's just so big in Europe. Like football is such a big deal. You don't really see that in the U.S. I mean, it like some people like they really like they'll watch soccer and stuff, but I think it's more. American football is like a bigger sport in baseball because baseball is like an American pastime. Is what they call it, like apple pie or what was the other one? I saw something from a while ago and it was like a meme where people were talking about America like baseball being an American pastime. And it was like apple pie and then something else. It might have been really bad. It might have been like apple pie and slavery. Like, I think because it was like it was supposed to be a joke. I don't remember what it was, but
yeah. So interesting. I think this prosecco we're drinking is an Italian product.
But it's from Germany.
But it was bottled in Germany. Canned as we see. Yeah. Product promotion. They should pay us.
Yeah. So not an advertisement, but.
So canned prosecco, but it's chilled in the refrigerator. Tastes pretty good.
I think it's really good. It's very like peary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But they love their football in Italy too.
Oh,
so,
yes, they do.
I think Juventus is one of the favorites there.
Yeah. Atalanta who won the Europa League. That's who played Real Madrid a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, and tonight we're looking forward to a Premier League matchup, aren't we?
Yeah, Manchester City. I think they're playing West Ham, right?
West Ham and Manchester City, I believe,
Two of AFC Richmond, which is not a real team, two of their biggest rivals.
Absolutely. Yeah, yes. Yeah. I think Manchester City's still trying to figure out where AFC Richmond is.
Oh, God. Yeah, probably.
Where's this guy, Ted Lasso? I don't know.
Oh, my goodness. But I saw something earlier that it said that Phil Foden wasn't playing, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Oh. I don't know if he's not playing. But I also, I forgot that Kevin De Bruyne also plays for Manchester City.
Oh, okay.
And so does Erling Haaland. He's a Norwegian player, so he didn't play in the Euros.
And De Bruyne is from?
He's from Amsterdam.
Yeah, okay, he's from the Netherlands. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Not Amsterdam, the Netherlands.
Yeah. Well, he could be from Amsterdam.
He could be from Amsterdam.
In the Netherlands.
But sometimes I say the city because I'm like, the country.
Yeah, it's okay. We all do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when we've had a big beer at the street food festival and then a little bit of prosecco and
oh my gosh. Yeah.
And then trying to do a podcast and then
everywhere, but so I forgot that he plays for Manchester City, so that's gonna be a really interesting game. And I think Declan Rice, I think he used to play for West Ham. I don't think he does anymore. I think he plays for Arsenal now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. He might play for West Ham, so we might see Declan Rice.
Okay. So I think Declan Rice is a favorite of England, and they expected a lot of things out of him in the Euro Cup. So
I think he played pretty well.
Yeah, but honestly, I think Phil Foden might have played the best of any of the.
Absolutely, he definitely played better than Harry Kane did. But I think Harry Kane played really well for what he does. For like his role.
He's the big guy up front, right?
Yeah.
So he's kind of like that power forward maybe or something, or the center that just. In basketball, it gets the ball and then dunks on you, right?
Yeah. So. Yeah. He kind of plays like Ronaldo does, where he's really good at his thing that he does, and then he relies on his teammates to do the other bits of the playing, which I think is really interesting. Which is that's a good thing, I think, for someone to know their place on the team.
Yep.
But sometimes it's really good for a player to be able to do multiple things within the team, but
well, I think at that level you also have to be able to trust your teammates that they are all doing their part, and then you're ready to do your part when the ball gets to you, and not being out of place and trying to cover for your teammates when they don't need it. So always tough to so
that is true.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the young boys play tonight later.
Oh yeah, the young boys are playing Lausanne.
Lausanne. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
So that'll be interesting. But I'm excited to see them play in the Champions League. I think they do have to play Manchester City.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% sure who all they're playing. Yeah. I don't think they're playing Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think that's in about 3 weeks. I think is the first match day for the Champions League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another interesting thing is, so Real Madrid have to play Dortmund and Liverpool, and Jude Bellingham, he used to play for Dortmund.
Okay.
That's in Germany, if you didn't know.
Okay, I did not.
You didn't know that Dortmund that's one of the places they played at the Euros.
Okay.
In Germany, was one of the stadiums was in Dortmund.
Okay.
Yeah, but so Jude Bellingham used to play for Dortmund, so he's going to have to play against some of his old teammates.
Yeah.
Plus, he has to play against Liverpool, which is where Trent Alexander-Arnold plays. Okay. And that's one of his England teammates.
Oh, okay.
And one of his best friends, too.
Oh,
so that'll be interesting if he's able to play by then.
Yeah.
Which I think he should be. I think he's only out for a month.
Okay.
So.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know if you remember when you were a youth and playing. You played a little bit of soccer.
I rode the bench.
Well,
that was my best role, was the bench.
We tried to get you out there and playing, and you were very good in practice.
Yeah.
And then you wanted to spend more time hanging out with the coach than
I know.
And not going after the ball.
Yeah. No, maybe I was just being too nice. I mean, who knows? I would have dominated the field clearly if I had played against the other team.
Yeah, I think so.
But I might have accidentally played for the other team, so who knows?
You could have set a record for own goals.
Oh my god. Been so good at that.
Yeah.
Like Scotland did in the Euros, you know?
Yeah.
I think they had, 2 own goals?
I don't recall, but they very well could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, at least, when I didn't watch the Germany-Scotland game, that was, the first game of the Euros.
Yep.
Where the only goal that Scotland got was, an own goal.
Could be.
Yeah, and when they played against Switzerland, it was almost Switzerland's own goal, but they actually changed it to be a Scotland goal.
Okay.
Right, so, I think they scored once during the entire...
Now, Switzerland won that game, right? 3-1?
Switzerland won, yes. So, Switzerland winning, I think, actually knocked Scotland out of the Euros.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm. But we got to see a Scotland player play when we watched the Las Palmas game.
Oh, yeah.
Scott McKenna.
Yeah, he played defense for Las Palmas.
Yes. And I think he was the one that injured his hamstring, but I don't remember. During the Euros, there was a Scotland player that got injured during the Switzerland game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't 100% recall. Mm-hmm. But that's a couple months ago, so...
Yeah, that's true. It was, 2 months
June
ago?
and July?
Yeah, so June and July, that would have been probably June still, right? So
could be, yeah.
Yeah, because the round of 16 started in June, so that would have been before that. It was still in the group stage.
Okay, yeah.
So...
Yeah, and because Scotland did not make it out of the group stage.
No, they did not.
Nor did Hungary. So that group
No,
was Germany,
unfortunately.
Hungary, Scotland, and Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we were rooting for
Of
Switzerland.
course. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Swiss actually played
They played
pretty
really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was excited. I had seen before the tournament started. I had seen a test match between Austria and Switzerland.
Yeah, we watched that. I did not remember anything.
Yeah, and I didn't think either team actually played all that well in the test match.
Yeah.
But then both Switzerland and Austria playing in the
Yeah. They
Euro
played
Cup
really well.
both played great.
They didn't
throughout
want
the
to
cup.
play against each other. They just wanted to play against other teams. Yeah. They're all good friends, you know. They're all from the same area.
Yeah, there's a border. So.
Yeah. But Germany played Switzerland, right?
Yeah, in the yes.
Yeah. So, which
did that one end up in a tie? I can't remember now.
It might have that.
think,
yes, that was the one that
because I think Swiss ended up with 5 points. They tied Germany, tied Hungary, and beat Scotland, if I remember right.
I think so.
Okay. And so I think Germany beat Scotland and Hungary, and tied Switzerland. So they had 7 points, and Swiss had 5.
Yeah.
I think, and that's what propelled them both.
Yeah. Unfortunately, who was it? What team was it that knocked Hungary out from one of the other groups?
Oh, it was. Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
With the points, with getting 4 points or like less, or there was some reason. Oh, like a closer goal differential.
Right. It could be. I don't remember the exact details, but that was there was. It
was so close.
Yeah.
Especially with the Hungarian player getting injured.
Yeah.
And like they were like, oh, Hungary might make it through, and then it was after the last game.
Yep.
That they didn't make it through, because it was the last game where there was a team that it was in the Romania-Ukraine group.
Or wasn't it because Portugal lost to Georgia?
That might have been why, because it might have been because I think Albania might have ended up with having 3 points and a closer goal differential. So, but I don't remember the beginning or like that part of the Euros. It was a while ago. Yeah.
Could be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now everybody who watches this realizes we don't actually know anything about football.
No, we don't know that much.
But we have the shirts. So we're good.
Well, I've got like an actual
Real Madrid,
shirt.
And I have an actual training shirt.
I have the best player on mine.
Oh yeah, you have Bellingham.
The best.
So.
Yeah. I also have a Mbappe shirt, so that's fun.
Well, yeah. I think there's some Spanish players that might argue who the best is.
I mean, that's fair. There's only one Spanish player on Real Madrid, though, right now. Danny Carvajal.
Oh, okay.
He's the only player from Spain that plays for... Well,
in the starters.
No, he's not even a starter.
Oh, okay, on the whole roster.
On the whole roster, there's one player he's Moroccan, and I think he's also from Spain, so like he's from Morocco and Spain.
Okay.
But I think his nationality that he plays under is Morocco.
Okay. So. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I found that really interesting because Nacho used to play but he just retired after the Euros.
But he's pretty old.
Well, that's true, but so is Carvajal. Carvajal's in his late 30s, and Modric, he's not Spanish, but he's from Croatia.
Could be.
He played in the Euros too, I think.
Probably so.
So he is 38.
Yeah.
So, but they're the oldest players on the team. I think everyone else is mid-20s to like teenage years.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, in the Euros, the Spain definitely impressed me from the beginning. Yeah. They won every match they played.
Absolutely.
No ties.
They deserved the win. I have to say.
They played aggressive with pace, with with control. They were just they really pretty much dominated most of their. Most of their games and had everything under control. So.
Yeah, I think didn't they end up playing Portugal? Like, people were worried because the last Euros, Spain and Portugal played against each other, and I think even throughout all the penalties, they kept tying.
It could be.
They couldn't break the tie, but I don't remember how they ended up breaking the tie. But, I mean, both of them lost because the final was Italy-England at the last Euros. So, and then Italy won, of course. So.
Yeah.
And, of course, Switzerland knocked out Italy at the beginning of the group stage, so...
yeah.
Fantastic.
Or
not group stage.
At
the knockout stage. The beginning of the end of after the group stage.
Yeah, the first game of the knockout stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were impressed with the Swiss, and they honestly they probably could have won their next game. They went to penalties.
I think if Akanji had done his penalty later, Switzerland would have beat England.
It could be.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely, and I think like even some of the England players said that they were like Switzerland like played so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think Switzerland actually played better than England for most of the match, and just right at the end, England. It was just that
one unfortunate penalty.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people were saying, if Akanji had done his penalty after, instead of being the first one to do penalties, and I think they're saying I think Vargas should have done his penalty first.
Could be.
But yeah, if I remember, because Vargas did a penalty, or was it, actually, Shaqiri should have done his penalty first.
I don't know if, was Shaqiri still even in?
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't start the game.
He came in later. He didn't start, he came in later.
Yeah.
Of course, they needed a goal. They had to bring in Shaqiri.
I mean, he's probably my favorite player on the Swiss. I mean, he's a little bit older, but he's fun. He's short. He's
short and stocky, and he runs his own way running.
He's fun to watch in my opinion. And he could really kick the ball pretty good.
Yeah. He's their goal scorer. So, yeah. But if Shaqiri had done his penalty first, I have no doubt that Switzerland would have won.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. Well, I mean, they still relied on the goalkeepers and in England. Their keeper.
They have a really good keeper.
Did his job, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mom does not like their keeper. She thinks he's a little weird.
Yeah, well, I do too. I mean,
he's a bit strange.
We're big fans of Jan Sommer.
Yeah, so, Jan Sommer he's fantastic.
He's the Swiss keeper for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
So he's cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He just looks like a regular guy off the street that you probably
you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, he maybe a little bit hippie-ish, but he's not got the imposing look of a huge goalkeeper that you think is gonna dominate the leagues, but he's got some technique though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we were making a joke last time about Mom was saying how you guys were on the boat and it was like crazy and all that, and she was like, oh, I wonder if there's like a celebrity or something, and I made a joke that maybe it was Jan Sommer because people in Switzerland love him. Like I saw a book about like footballers at one of the bookstores, and the only Swiss player was Jan Sommer in that book. In the whole book, not even Shaqiri was in the book. Jan Sommer was though.
Well, it's. I guess one of the things is the keepers are recognizable because they're pretty much in the same place most of the game. So
that's
true.
I
mean, you know, and they all wear the different color shirts, so they're easy to see. Oh, hey, he did that. Yeah. Yeah,
they're usually in like the bright colors.
Yeah.
Like Jan Sommer was always in that bright yellow, so like. Yeah, which is fitting.
For summer, I think so. Yeah. So. No, it's funny. I think hockey players too, or you don't necessarily wouldn't recognize them if you saw them and ran into them.
That's true. I think a lot of like sports in general, except basketball players, just because they're so tall.
Yeah.
Well,
and football players, a lot of them are very just huge, right? American football.
Yeah. But they wear helmets all the time, so you might not get their face.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, if you see a guy walking around in a football helmet, then he's...
Well, that's true. I mean, that's pretty...
Yeah. Well, hockey players wear helmets all the time on the ice, too.
That's true, but you can see through them a little bit more than you can...
They don't... There's not as much of a face mask. Well, they do have visors now for most of them, so...
Yeah. I mean, the goalie's got, like, that big goalie mask. Yeah. I don't think I would recognize, like, any kind of sports person. Like, I would like to think I would... But I really don't think I could. Even because Jan Sommer has that iconic haircut. Yeah. Even I saw him with his haircut walking down the street. I don't think I would recognize him.
Yeah. Well, there's so many other random guys in Switzerland that have that
same haircut. There was a player on the Romanian team. He's not even from Switzerland or anything. He had the same haircut.
Well, I think I know the guy you're talking. He looked like he could be Jan Sommer's twin.
Yes, he did. He looked exactly like them. It was funny because for one of I think Romania's last game that they played, he had cut it. He got his head head cut by one of the other players, and he had to wear this like thing on his head, and he still looked exactly like Jan Sommer.
But they also wear the headband too. So
oh yeah, it's the headband
to keep the hair out of the
eyes.
And
I think there was one other player that also has the same haircut, looks exactly like Jan Sommer. I don't know. It was really funny though.
Yeah. No, I one time when your mom and I were still in college, we were shopping at a store in the U.S. And in front of us in line was a college basketball player, or former college basketball player. I think he had already graduated. We recognized him, and we were like, not 100% sure, but I mean, there's very few people in the world that are 7 feet tall.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So, and so
they're all basketball players.
I mean, most of them, not all. No, but you know. And there's and so I kind of peeked when he was signing his credit card slip, and it was definitely it was definitely the person we thought it was.
You didn't happen to see the credit card number? I'm just kidding.
No.
I did. Well, I guess college basketball probably doesn't it doesn't pay, so like.
Yeah, I think he had just graduated, so he was probably playing pro.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
More, this was. Before you were born.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I think the only, really tall... They're either basketball players or they're football keepers. Because, did you see Courtois, the Belgian keeper that plays for Real Madrid? He's got to be 7 feet tall.
Nah,
right?
I don't think he's that tall.
He's tall.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't think he's... more than 2 meters.
I mean, maybe he just has really long limbs.
Yeah, probably.
Because he's, his arms, they're so long.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but the Italian keeper also is, I think, pretty big. I remember.
Yeah. There was one Ukrainian player who I don't know if he was just tall or if he was just standing next to someone really short in the line when they, go by on the camera. Because it was, this guy up here and then the next person, the head was down there.
Yeah.
What? But you see that, with a lot of the players, Phil Foden, I don't know if he's actually short or if just his other teammates are just really tall. Because, you saw that, when they were showing all the players, it's da, and then, short.
Yeah, well, for the most part, even the shortest players are taller than me, so.
I mean, that's true. I think everyone is taller than me. I'm pretty short.
Yeah, and me. So the Women's Euro Cup is coming next year. And it's playing in Switzerland?
Yes, it's playing in Switzerland.
All right. So are we going to try to attend some games?
Oh, we have to. Because there's a game, I know at least a couple of the games are going to be in Bern. A couple in Basel. I know Zurich and I think Lausanne. I don't remember where all.
So we're strategically situated in between all of these facilities that we can go in any direction and get to one of the
anywhere.
games.
I think Bern is easiest because it's a little bit closer, but...
Yeah, and there's a direct express train from Solothurn to Bern.
We'd have to go Bern and then to Wankdorf because they're playing at the Young Boys Stadium.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Which is also not very long.
Yeah.
Still probably shorter than the trip to Zurich. Which is still not that bad, but...
Yeah. Plus, we don't know exactly where the Zurich Stadium is. We'd have to figure that part out.
That's true.
I do know where Basel Stadium is.
Okay.
Your mom and I have hiked past it.
I think I probably know where it is, too, just by knowing Basel. But
It's a little bit outside of the main area, but we hiked past it on our way. One of our hikes on Sundays. So.
Yeah.
So.
But that'll be fun to see. But I guess we have to root for the Swiss team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Or, So.
Yeah.
I mean, who else would we root for in Europe?
England. Because, England won the last time, but also just...
But we're not front runners.
No, but
You've been to England?
I love England.
Okay. You ready to live there?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you can do a football podcast from there.
I know. I'll just have to start a football podcast. I'll do this podcast and then I'll do a football. I'll have to learn everything about football.
Yeah.
Right? And then start doing a football.
Maybe you should play a little bit.
Maybe. I'll have to see if I can somehow. You know what? It would be really funny is if I could meet Tony Kroos.
Yeah.
And then get on his podcast. Okay. And then be actually, I want to do a football podcast.
You should.
Yeah. But, Cristiano Ronaldo, he started a YouTube channel, and he got in less than, I think it was less than 10 hours, over 1 million subscribers. He was the fastest person to like achieve 1 million subscribers like ever.
Oh, on a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was crazy. It was really funny because it was like on Instagram, like people were going crazy over it, which is really funny.
Do you need a refill on your prosecco? No?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, but I know I think I'd be pretty good at a football podcast, but I have to get people to like actual football players.
Yeah.
I have to start going around to places where I'd run into football players and be like, hey.
You know where one good place to go?
No, where?
Football fields.
Well, that's true. Could do that.
I suspect you'll find football players on football
I
fields.
probably would, but I have to go to like professional ones though.
Well, I mean, you could start at lower levels and find the promising youth and follow them on there.
See, that's a little weird. If I were to just go up to children like, hey.
So don't be a stalker. No. I mean, we have a football field here in Darrington that they have a team in the Solothurn Regional League.
Oh yeah.
So,
SC Darrington, right?
Yes.
It's SC
Yeah.
instead of FC.
Yeah, sports club.
Oh, it's sports club. I was wondering if they just like decided to go by soccer club for whatever reason. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Why would they say that?
Yeah.
Sport club.
I think I'm not 100% sure. Actually, we should look that up.
Yeah, probably. So. That's okay. But yeah, no, I have to go to Madrid, and because Griezmann plays at Atletico Madrid.
Oh, okay.
So which is really interesting because Griezmann and Mbappe are teammates on the France team, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna be playing against each other now in La Liga.
Okay.
So.
Well, they should.
Yeah.
That'd
be interesting.
Yeah. Well, at least one of them's not a goalie, so
That's true.
So we don't run a risk of a Zorro situation.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But that'd be really interesting if just in the nose.
Okay.
Right. And, well, I mean, because say Mbappe was the goalie, he'd have to get his mask back on.
That's true.
He didn't like that mask. Yeah. He said so many times he was like, I want to get this damn thing off my face.
Yeah. Well, it's always not fun to have to wear something that you're...
Yeah, because also apparently, you can't really see, from your peripheral vision, so...
You probably have a little bit of the mask in your peripheral.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, it's and then it's just an annoying thing, and then...
Yeah. But I think they play the same position, right?
No, I mean they play together on France, right? So but
they kept being switched. I think only once they played on at the same time, in one game.
Okay, I think maybe, but I don't know. I think Mbappe played for most of all the games,
except for one,
when he was injured. But I think he plays more of the attacker forward, and I think Griezmann
he's a
plays
number 9 right now, which is an attacker.
Yeah, so I think Griezmann plays more midfield and but I don't know for sure. What do I know?
Yeah.
And as Americans, we don't know.
I kind of know I know the position numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 is forward, which is striker, which is what Mbappe was playing for Real Madrid, and. I know 7 is a midfield, which I think Griezmann is a 7 then.
Okay.
But I know 10 is attacking midfield.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, 2 is defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think so is 4. I think that's all I got.
So which number is the keeper?
1.
He's
81. Sometimes, there's different numbers. There's, 1 is the main, keeper, usually. I think 81 is an alternate keeper, and I think 24 is also an alternate keeper. I don't know if that's just people that pick their numbers, because some people pick their numbers.
Okay, so then you're talking about their shirt number even. They get their shirt numbers by position?
Yeah, some people do, yeah.
Okay.
So if they don't have a number that they specifically want to use, so Phil Foden, he uses the number 47, I think, for Manchester City, because his grandfather died when his grandfather was 47.
Okay.
So, but yeah, there's some people that have specific numbers that they choose, but there's position, there are numbers for their kits that are also position numbers sometimes.
Okay. Isn't the captain of the team usually number 10?
No, the captain can be anyone, but number 9 is forward.
Okay.
So, that a lot of the time the forward tends to be captain, but I don't know about
I think usually the center midfielder probably,
center midfielder,
or the central defender. One of those two probably, because those guys are critical for the are critical and usually the most experienced players.
Well, I think the most important player is the keeper, though. So
yeah,
the keeper in that case should be the captain all the
Well,
time.
I think most of the time they don't do that. I mean, keepers are weird anyway, right?
Oh,
So they say.
Gotta be.
a little bit unusual, right?
Yeah.
But I think usually your central defenders or your central midfielders are the most experienced players on the team because most of the plays are going through them.
Yeah.
And attacking through the central midfielder and defending through the central defenders.
Yeah.
So, but what do I know? I know back when I first started playing, we had 3 fullbacks, 3 midfielders, and 4 forwards. So
4 forwards.
So we played a 3-3-4. So.
Oh my.
But yeah, I was 6 at the time.
Oh
so.
well, I mean, yeah. I don't remember anything about when I played because I was like 4 or 5.
So. You were only playing in games that were 4-on-4, so.
Oh well, that's probably I remember being the Raptors and then the Lightning. That was it. That was our team. Like and it was the same people on the team. It was just different team
season,
names. Yeah, different colors. We had purple and yellow.
I think that the purple was cool for the Raptors.
Oh yeah.
I think you got a shirt that was like 7 sizes too big and it fit you
I
for
bet
10 years.
It probably we probably have it somewhere. It probably still fits me. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
There's a picture of me on my tray table of me in the Raptors shirt, and I'm hitting a piñata, and it's like almost past my shorts.
Yes.
It's so big on me.
Yeah.
But the Lightning shirt was also probably about that big.
Yeah, but you were a little bit older at that time. So.
Yeah, probably like 1 year older.
So.
I only played for like 2 years.
Yeah, it might have been fall and spring.
Maybe.
So not even a whole year in between.
Yeah. But I'm excited to watch more football this season. So I'm excited to see what happens with the Champions League because a lot of people don't like the new format.
Okay.
So not that I don't know anything about the old format.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it's gonna work with like new teams coming into the Champions League like from other leagues, but
I don't know anything about the new format or the old format.
I really don't know that much, so
but I think it's fun to see the top teams from different European leagues play each other.
I think
we still get to see that, right? So
absolutely.
And maybe this will probably be the first season that we actually spend a lot of time watching any of it. So
I'm very excited about that too because I do enjoy watching it. I've just never really had like the time or the ability to watch like any sports, so now that I do,
I mean we've been to a few baseball games,
but I mean like
games,
just like getting into the sport and all that, so well, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed our talk about sports. If you want to get involved, feel free to follow our Instagram and our TikTok at WineTogetherPod.